Yara babingol, yalam takjanga wobanura, respect. Kadus, Kumrum, Yundai, Nabang, Babun, all them. So, on behalf of my brother and I, would like to have that respect for that Dakajangwa Wobba country and the people of the elders, past, present, and them young fellas, the future. Now let's go meet the staff and clients of RYSS and hear their story.
Hi, I'm Kim McGlory and I'm the CEO from Regional Youth Support Services.
My name is Alex O'Neill. I'm the Operations Manager at Regional Youth Support Services.
My name's Barry Duncan, commonly called BJ Duncan. My mum's originally from Moree in northwestern New South Wales. I'm a Gomeroi man and very proud of my heritage. But the job that I really get a lot of satisfaction out of is team leader for the Indigenous Justice Program run by Regional Youth Support Services at Gosford.
My name's Richard Anderson. I'm Abilities Team Leader and I work for Regional Youth Support Services.
I'm Gail Cosentino. I work at Regional Youth Support Services in the Central Coast in Gosford, and I'm the team leader for our early intervention placement prevention.
I'm Sharon. I'm the Youth Arts Coordinator at the Youth Arts Warehouse in Gosford.
My name's Shakara Geisler and I'm originally from Darwin, Northern Territory, and my tribe is the Shingling tribe.
My name is Jesse McGee and my mob's from Victoria. We're the Yorta Yorta mob.
My name's Bradley Peters Mitchell and
my name's Wesley Barton. I'm on the Central Coast.
I'm Justin Toomey White. I'm a proud Wiradjuri man from Wellington, New South Wales. Got in a job at Eleanor Duncan as an Aboriginal health practitioner.
My name's Jacob Tumanoko. I'm a caseworker with Juvenile Justice.
Regional Youth Support Services is a Central Coast based service in New South Wales and we've been around for 30 years. It's a community organisation, not for profit, and provides support and intervention and a range of groups and activities for young people here on the Central Coast.
We've got our main offices in Donaldson Street in Gosford, so in the middle of the CBD. It's designed as a shopfront style of service, so young people can walk in off the street literally. They can ring up and make an appointment, or they can just sort of drop in and we'll support them when they need it.
RYSS is a really great organisation. They're involved with youth on the Central Coast and they are the premier organisation that has a voice.
The Youth Arts Warehouse is an arm of Regional Youth Support Services in Gosford. The Youth Arts Warehouse is upstairs from RYSS and it's a state-of-art, purpose-built quality venue. The venue is 300 people capacity, has a stage, has a recording studio, and we have programs for young people in music, theatre, visual arts, film, photography, and young people can come along and be mentored under industry professionals.
We've also got the Wyoming Youth Skills Centre, which is a really great place to work with young people around social skills. We've got the Young Men's Shed here.
We run the Indigenous Justice Program here on the Central Coast. It's an Australian government funded program. We employ BJ, who's our team leader, and its focus is to capture young men before they become 18 and offer an opportunity to be able to do things a bit differently. And we work with them quite intensely to look at changing the projection of their life. So the idea it is completely client focused and it's very individualised, it's very culturally based. And very sensitive around the issues that that particular young person may have.
We virtually work with young people that are engaging or about to be engaged by the criminal justice system, and we look at getting them a supported accommodation through case management. Those clients that aren't in the system have actually had a peripheral touch of what the system's like, and they come to our program that we can work through a lot of their issues. Any sort of issue that they may feel is aggressive behaviour, anything that we can actually get them into program that's going to make the quality of life a lot more bearable.
We have a good relationship with the IJP, where we're able to look for a service provider that can provide specific services for Aboriginal young people.
Regional Youth Support Services has a main base. Our head office is in Gosford, and we co-locate with 6 other youth service providers, so we're really a one-stop shop. We also run out of Wyoming Youth Skills Centre, which is in Warrawilla Road. We've stayed very committed to this community here in running the centre for quite vulnerable families that are in the area, and it also is that interface with our community where we can do advice, referral, information, support families and support the young people in the area with case management services. We do a lot of groups out of Wyoming Youth Centre as well. So during the day there can be a financial literacy program or a wellbeing program that we run in partnership with other agencies. And then in the afternoon there's also programs running with the local young people, which is lovely and connected up really well.
Referrals can come in from anywhere really. The criteria really is young people who have some kind of previous engagement with the justice system. So they could come directly from juvenile justice, they could be currently in the Baxter Detention Centre, or they could be living in the community. But I suppose however they get to us, our role is then to help them make a good plan to move forward and then kind of implement that plan and achieve some goals, yeah.
Early intervention is advice, information and referral and casework. We have a shop front in the Parkside building in Gosford, and basically any young person can come in 12 to 25 for advice, information, support and referral. If we deem that those young people need extra support around casework, we have a casework team to look after them.
So the IJP program, BJ's also got a great relationship with Eleanor Duncan and Yarran Aboriginal Health Service. They can access coming through, goes through a referral pathway, but also just coming in for a yarn, and then we'll go from there, and then we can open up different avenues of what the IJP program can do, and also what we can do as well.
So our core role is to supervise young people on legal orders, young people who've been sentenced by the Children's Court, and that's where we start to get involved. In regards to Aboriginal young people, if they come on our books, we've got one identified Aboriginal caseworker in our office, and we usually liaise with him if there's any cultural needs. But because there's only one person, we're not always able to tap into his resources. So we always look for external services for assistance, and that's, I guess, where the IJP or RYSS come into play.
It's not always as easy as just working with a young person and identifying goals and moving forward. There's a lot of other factors that play into it, and certainly family and cultural connection as well, particularly in IJP, is really important. And something that we absolutely will focus on. It's guided a lot by what the young people identify as what they want to do moving forward.
So one of the most successful programs that we run is the Rent It Keep It program that we do up at Baxter Detention Centre. And with the Rent It Keep It program, we actually teach young people, or particularly young men, how to apply for a property, how to maintain a property, and we also teach them about their rights and responsibilities. There's a lot of things I do that along the support lines as well. Young people today, they go along really well until there's a crisis, and that's what I do. I actually try to give support and guidance during those crisis times, and just touching base, and just letting them know that there's somebody around, that's there to support them in everyday life matters.
I got a referral to RYSS, and from there, my support worker, she's helped us, me and my partner, with getting a place for our bub.
We were looking for a house, a small unit to get involved in. The process was so fast and they got us involved like that. They're helping me slowly with things I want to do, like a course in aged care and budgeting and doing really good things for my life and helping me to improve slowly.
They helped me with employment, they assisted me with things that I needed, like clothes and then even furniture.
Not too long ago my property was completely destroyed, and it was just good to have RYSS there to support me. They helped me with the police stuff that I needed to do. They helped me get my own house, pretty much they just help you out when you need help, like food-wise, counselling, got me into programs, they got me my white card. They're trying to help out with TAFE.
I do all range of stuff. I got a housing through them, it's a special housing program. I see alcohol and drug counselling, events and all that, like help out. I've attended courses and whatnot.
We also run a service at the back which involves drug and alcohol, mental health, and that's how we work with the clients that are from BJ's program. We just speak to them at the start and just see what they want to do with their life.
We have a lot of people coming from outer area, from up at Taree or Lismore, coming down to this area, got no family, it's difficult. And when we've got a team like the team at IJP, it's really helpful for us to outsource accommodation and case management to that service.
It's fantastic having BJ as our team leader. He's got a very solid basis here in Darkinjungland, and his connections here with Barrabarang and a number of agencies. He's got fantastic relationships with those networks, with his community, with his people, and a very strong sense of identity and culture in himself as an elder, and he's a highly respected man. So we feel very privileged to have BJ on our team. It's just been fantastic, and we can see the benefit in the young men here that we work with on the Central Coast.
A lot of the stuff and how I engage, first of all, with Aboriginal clients is a lot about, touching to where their mob's from and getting that rapport about where they are from, where they've been. So I constantly talk about culture, getting them out on sites, getting them engaged with Indigenous services here on the coast. And for example, I've had young people that have had some drug and alcohol issues, so I tapped them into the Eleanor Duncan Aboriginal Health Centre up at Wyoming. They've got Indigenous people working in positions that helps them through those stages in their life. I had a stage where I'm understanding now of a lot of our people, and over my work career I've met a lot of people from different communities. So, I pretty much know a lot of people that if they say they're from a community, I've got a contact in that community that can ring up and we can start to lock them into that as well.
With juvenile justice, with our office, having only one person there and having him from one particular area, it can be difficult for him to be able to relate to a young person that's from a different area. So having a team like the IJP, I guess it means that we're able to tap into people from a whole range of areas, and we can find someone that's able to relate to that person.
I've done the Family Wellbeing Program through IJP, which is to help young kids get their culture back and all that. It's good to have your culture back with you. I'd love to teach my culture to the young Aboriginal kids, just to pass on generation to generation, so all of our songlines aren't gone in our language.
When we're working with Aboriginal people, we need to really, we need to apply what works for them, and that's why we really need to tap into services like IJP in particular, because they're able to work in the centres, they're able to work in the community. There's a need for young people to be supported in the community.
We continue to have some pretty amazing successes. I think that 30 years from now, I see us as still being the same style of service in terms of accessibility. And so I see that as a great strength of the organisation and something that should help us carry on and perhaps broaden our reach further across the Central Coast to make sure that we're covering all the areas of need.
The future of RYSS, we're already embarking on a few new initiatives. One of the new things that we're doing at the moment is an outreach bus. So it's a full-size transit bus, it's a mobile youth centre. We're very, very keen to partner up with other services, particularly Aboriginal services here on the Central Coast, to extend our scope across the whole area. It's our home, we're very passionate about the Central Coast, and we want to take this service out to the people that need the services the most.
They're a beautiful program, beautiful people, and they just want to help you with your life and slowly build things and help yourself become a better person.
It's a good program. Yeah, I don't know where I'd be without him, eh?
It's real good having the support, and BJ's a real good youth worker. He's always there to support you when you need it.
It's definitely helped me a lot, eh? Like, I wouldn't know where I'd be without IJP and all that today. I've recommended a couple of people before to the IJP program, but it seems like it's good to get into.